Alrighty.
Alrighty.
Getting back on the fanfic train, our next story is the Progeny, which is written by Anna, articulately composed, who is with us today
Yo.
to help us read. This is a hive swap, which, as she mentioned, is kind of her brand. Um, a hive swap fanfic, really good. This is like a follow on to the other fic, right? Which the name
Oh,
eludes me.
fun
Other way
Answers to
fact.
the
around,
question of revolution.
which
Um,
was
Yeah,
a
Answer's Question of Revolution was written as a prequel to the Progeny. Fun
okay.
fact,
Oh, it
Chrissy's
was the
writing a
other way around. Okay,
sequel.
cool, cool, cool. Yeah, we did.
Chrissy is currently writing a sequel to that, so you guys
Nice.
should read that when she's done.
That's awesome. We
nice.
we
Yes, good.
read
We will.
we read answers to the question of revolution, which was a oh boy, the ending of that one. It was good. It was real good and a real punch in the guts. But we've been reading the Progeny now. So we are on chapter 4. This is a hive swap fic, not rated, no archive warnings. Adoption AU, post ascension, temporary character death, big ol' teal quadrant love triangle is the best in the best way possible. Nice, nice, nice. Variety of characters. Cool. All
We
right.
have
We have a narrator,
Stealth Tisius.
Stelsa Tisius.
Can I request that I do Tisius?
Absolutely.
Yes.
I love her. That's why I write so much about
Yeah,
her.
Bucky's been doing Stelsa. It's really good Stelsa. How many people do we have in? Oh, just the three of us. Cool, cool, cool.
Stelsa
I.
in
This
my mind
chapter has
exists. Oops, sorry.
What's that?
this chapter also has Malik and a tiny bit of Tagore at the end.
I will
Oh,
do the
that's Malik. Okay.
narration, and then Bucky and Anna, y'all can divide up the rest however you want.
My my Stelsa voice is something somewhere in between Jessie from Pokemon and like
Oh, I love it. It's so goddamn good.
I don't know, Jane, I guess, somewhere in
I
between the two of
It
them.
doesn't. You got that wide range of vocal talent. uh,
Thanks.
okay.
God, I'm hankering for reading some Dirk dialogue. Somebody hand me
Oh
some Dirk
my
dialogue.
god, your Dirk is fantastic.
Hanker. I just
Oh,
want to go back and read the acting bit over and over and over again.
yeah.
I should.
The
That's something I can
quote,
put in like a
blah
voice
blah
acting
blah,
portfolio or
unquote.
something.
It is. You did good.
No, it's the God. I just give me a phrase to put in the middle of the quote so I can do it in my horrible fake Texan
Read the
accent.
first line of this fic on this
Oh
chapter.
God. Quote, your name is Stelsa Sizia, and you are the luckiest troll in the galaxy, unquote. Is that what you wanted me to read, Janaya?
Yes, thank you, Dirk. That
Oh
was
my god.
excellent. Yeah,
Once we get warmed up, it's really
I
fucking good.
can't
I
wait
like
to read more Act 8, especially because the next section is going to be a lot of Andrew Hussey narrator, and I get to read Andrew Hussey narrator in the slimiest voice I can manage.
Oh yeah, because we're caught up, so the next bit is the intermission.
Intermission, baby. It's just going to be Momo and me basically shouting at each other.
God.
It's going to be fun. All right.
Ugh.
So I guess okay. So Anna, you're gonna do Tisius. Bucky, you're gonna do Stelsa. And how much Tisius dialogue there is versus the other people?
There's more of Stelsa and Malik than anyone else. And if
Okay.
you're doing Stelsa, I should do Malik.
Okay. You want to do Malik? Okay. Cool. Cool.
Yeah,
Cool. That
yeah. I
is.
was gonna say,
And
Janai,
then
if you're
Tagore has
doing
like one
the
more.
I'm doing the narrator, so y'all can break up the dialogue.
okay.
However. All right.
I can do Tagore too because I've been doing him and I can do his terrible nasally voice that I've
Nice.
given him.
Awesome.
If you
I
want
don't remember when
me to,
Jacksepticeye played Hive Swap because I have taste.
Same.
Got him. I'm so sorry, Kit. Um,
It's okay. You're allowed to like trash. It's
I
okay.
mean, I watched like I can't even say that because I did watch Markiplier my freshman year of college, so like I can't
I
say that.
also watched Markiplier once upon a time. Also, let me drop a
Uh,
link to the fic in the chatty
yes.
chat. Y'all have the link, right?
Yeah, I have it open because I've been
Okay.
working off the fic list.
Yeah, I'm just gonna drop it there. I don't know if Anna has the fic list open.
I do,
You do.
and I got it.
Awesome. You are
Like, cool.
planning. Yeah, I just pre-opened them all in Firefox. Alrighty. This is chapter 4 of the Progeny by Articulately Composed. Your name is Stelsa Sezyet, and you're the luckiest troll in the galaxy. Unlike the millions of trolls separated from their friends in quadrants after ascension, you got a safe, cushy, auto-terrorizing job right alongside your loving mate spread. You're also incredibly lucky because, unlike most trolls your age, you have never experienced true loss. Sure, you'd come into the office some days back on Alternia and see an empty desk, but you've never had the misfortune of losing someone close to you. Your mate Sprit, however, is not so lucky. She has seen countless friends and fellow revolutionaries taken by the drones, and by now she has learned to push it down and think about it as little as possible. But there's one culling she just can't ignore like that. A few evenings ago, she got up early to check her secret text chat, excited to tell Daria about Karkat's molting process, and came back a shell. And she's still a shell. It's been 3 days, and Tizius, your fiercely determined and diligent mate Sprit, has barely left the apartment block, barely eaten, barely said a single word to you. You can't bear to see her like this. There she is, sitting on the lounge plank as she has for the past 3 days, reading through old messages with a glazed look in her eye. You open the door cautiously, take out box and arm.
Zizi, sweetie, I got some grub loaf for dinner.
You call out.
It's not as good as your favorite place back home, but it's still pretty nice.
Tizius lifts her head to look at you, eyes tired and more glazed over than usual. You know there must be a million things going on in her mind, but all she can muster is a defeated groan. You open the grub loaf and start dividing it up.
I talked to your boss today.
You say. Tizius shifts a little.
I tried to get him to give you an extra day of mourning, but he says 3 is the max. They're practically falling apart without you.
They don't need me for shit, and you know that.
She mumbles.
Those assholes don't give a shit about their workers.
To tell the truth, you always thought your bosses showed a great deal of compassion, giving anyone who loses a quadrant mate a whole 3-day mourning period. Your jobs may be inherently flawed, but at least you take romance seriously around here. You swear Tizius can read your mind or something, because she winces at your unending optimism.
Zizi, please try to get to the office tomorrow. Promise?
You beg.
You aren't immune to culling if they think you're slacking off, and I need you. He needs you.
You gesture to your respite block closet, where a black box sits, housing a chitinous shell. A shell that holds your pupating child. Tizius softens a bit at the mention of Karkat, but then looks on the verge of tears again.
What if we fail her?
She mumbles. You make your way over to the plank and put your arms over your mate Sprit.
She entrusted us with another life. Now we have nobody to tell us how to not fuck up. We don't know what the hell we're doing.
I bet we could get Malik to get us in touch with one of the Ascended Jades, right?
Tizius shrinks away from you. You guess helpful advice isn't what she's looking for right now.
Doesn't work like that, Stulls.
Tizius shrugs you off her and stands up. She drags herself back to the respite block and shuts the door. God, you hope she gets better soon. Tizius does end up making her way to the office next evening, of course. She may complain, but she's never been one to risk a culling. It doesn't mean she's visibly okay, though. Every teal she passes gives her a nod of sympathy. Nobody in the office would want to go through losing a Moirail, but you can tell your coworkers are wishing she would be back to normal as well. You pass 2 familiar neophytes in the hall and overhear them muttering about how unproductive their last meeting was. You know very well that these are project partners Tizius is always complaining about, who constantly leave their extra work for her. Ah, Zizi, even after Ascension, she's taking the reins on every group project. But not now, of course. She leaves halfway through the day, claiming she's off to the nourishment sector to get lunch, but you find her an hour later trying to compose herself in a supply closet. You can't bear to see her like this. You need to send someone a strongly worded message. Incoming transmission from MA Secure Network. perpetual professional contacting snake bites.
Are you the one in charge of this thing? Hello? Oh, right, there's a password. What is easy? Always typing into these things. Has the fire been stoked?
The flames are getting larger as we speak. Who are you?
Stelsa says, yeah, auto terrorizer for the Imperial Central Office.
Oh, shit, this isn't what it looks like.
Calm down, I'm part of the network. I'm Tisius Entix Maesprit, the one taking care of the progeny. I guess I probably should have led with that.
Yeah, no shit, you're making me think I've got ICO officers up my ass. What's up?
Are you the troll leading the rebellion?
Me? Nah, I just run the servers.
So who's in charge then?
Nobody really. We're all on equal footing around here.
That sounds like a bunch of bull. Someone's gotta be leading the armies, and I've got a bone to pick with whoever they are.
You're overestimating what we've got going on here. After the last culling, we're down to less than 20 members. We used to have leaders, but after Tetrarch Damek disappeared, rip nasty little dear boy, your matesprit was the one who insisted we killed the Tetrarch system. She was Damek's second in command. If you want to talk to anyone about the movement, Tisius is the closest thing to a leader we got.
Well, your fearless leader is crying in the broom closet right now, so you're the closest thing I've got. How did the caverns get raided? Who tipped the drones off about rebel activity in the cloisters? What kind of operation are you running around here that you let your members get killed like that?
Whoa, calm down. We didn't do anything, okay? Shit like this happens sometimes. It's just a risk we take doing this kind of work. They probably just got a drone visit at the wrong time and everything went to shit. It's kind of an inevitable outcome.
Well, if it's not your fault, then whose is it? Who can I yell at for breaking my matesprit? She trusted you guys with her Moira and you let her down, so it definitely seems like it's your fault.
Yell at the Empire. Be mad at the Empire like the rest of us. You are part of the rebellion, right?
I don't even know what I believe anymore. I used to think the Empire was this infallible perfect thing and that everything they did was for our own good. It's not like I think that anymore, but I don't know if I can trust you guys either. I'm only doing this Operation Dolorosa thing for Zizi's sake because we're all gonna die anyway. Why not make our lives that much shorter for the sake of some goddamn magical grub?
Wow, seems like Daria's death is taking a toll on you too. You got a Moira around?
No, never had one. I never really felt like I needed one before.
Explains why you weren't fully getting the pain Tisius is in either. Listen, she's gonna be back to normal eventually, but you gotta remember, the way you're feeling now, lost and confused and unsure where to direct your feelings, that's how she's gonna feel for the rest of her life. Or at least until she's ready to let someone else into her diamond. Daria's death was nobody's fault, but we're all gonna be hurting from it for a while, especially Tisius. You just gotta be there for her and try your best not to stress her out, okay?
Right. Thanks, Malik. This actually helped a lot.
Anytime. Though, next time, don't open with that auto-terrorizer bit. The Resistance doesn't need to know that shit.
Sorry about that.
No problem. See you later. Don't forget to stoke that fire.
Snake bites is offline.
Why do you guys keep saying that?
And so, life goes on. Days go by, wipes, nearly a perigee, and you and Tisius fall back into a routine. The looming threat of death is far more present than it has ever been before, but both of you manage to shove it deep down. Tisius never truly does regain her drive, though. She still wakes up every morning, ready for a day of completing her paperwork along with everyone else's, but you can tell she's stepped back on her revolutionary activity. Before everything with Karkat had begun, she had been working on convincing her boss to give defense lawyers a try. We know she was planning on working on her proposal during Karkat's molt, but she hasn't touched it since the day Daria's final messages came through. Every time she tries to open the document, her eyes start to glaze over, and she closes it immediately. You'd like to think her hesitancy is out of self-preservation, but you can tell it's more than that. More like a fear of failure, not for her own sake, but for the sake of the whole cause, for Daria's memory. The two of you are sitting in the culinary block after work, as usual, sharing a takeout box and looking over some extra paperwork. You're waiting for Tagora to come over. The two of you had planned a spa day, and you're hoping to drag Tisius into it too. God knows you all need it. Just as you're taking a bite of your grub noodle stir-fry, you hear a loud crunch, one that definitely didn't come from inside your mouth. You both pause. The second you start to relax, you hear it again.
Is that what I think it is?
Tisius asks. Your heart skips a beat.
I have no idea.
You reply. The crunch gets louder and more pronounced. The two of you bolt from your seats, not caring that one of them tips over onto the ground in the commotion. You make your way into the respite block closet and turn on the light. The previously smooth red membrane over the black box now has a large hole punched into it. A hole with a waving fist sticking out of it. The two of you hover over the box with bated breath as the hole gets larger. A second fist emerges, then a tiny fat foot. Eventually you see the emergence of a familiar round head with familiar tiny horns. Karkat finally fights his way out of the box, toppling it over and practically falling straight on his face. But he just gets right back up. Young trolls are resilient, Tizius told you a while ago. At this point on Alternia, a young troll leaves their cocoon to find their lucis protecting their shell like an egg. As soon as they find their footing, the two of them go off to find or make shelter. Of course, in this case, your grub already has his shelter set, but that doesn't stop Karkat from immediately climbing to his feet and toddling over to the two of you. As your child walks toward you, your arm extended like he's a scared animal, beckoning him forth, the door creaks open. A familiar voice comes from the entry.
Stelsa, are you guys home?
Tagora calls out.
I got your favorite face mask shipped in from Crush. The shipping fees were enormous, so you better fully enjoy this spa day.
He makes his way to the back where you and Tizius are still crouching and drops his bag in shock once he sees the tiny gray body slowly waddling across the floor.
He's out?
He asks.
He's out.
Tizius speaks with more certainty than she has in ages. Her extended arm reaches further until she can practically touch Karkat. He reaches out in turn and grasps onto her pointer finger, inviting Tizius to come closer and scoop him up, holding him close to her chest. He opens his mouth and you expect one of the classic shrill chirps of screaming fits, but all that comes out is a simple ah. You suppose language does come second for trolls?
He's out.
She repeats.
And we're gonna be okay.
Very nice. I like that. I like it.
Baby cat.
Baby cat.
Just wait till he starts talking in next chapter.
Oh my god.
Oh, baby cat.
Oh, that's a good story and I like it.
Just kudos, comment, subscribe, etc.
I already have done those things, but everyone else should do it. It's good. Yeah, I keep with the recurring ones. It's always like, nope, you've already left kudos. But I want to leave another. So
you
the
guys
next...
want to know where the don't forget to stoke the fire thing that they always say comes from?
Actually, I would like to know.
That actually comes from my musical.
Ooh.
Ooh.
I like
At
that.
At the end of Act 1, that is when the Signless is killed, and after he's burned at the stake, the crowd watching on riots, and they sing a song that goes, "You can't stop our cry, the flames are burning ever higher, you can't put out our fire." And there was actually a cut song that was supposed to be in the second act, sung by the Summoner, that I ended up cutting because I didn't have time to orchestrate the full thing before I put the show on, because I was orchestrating until the last minute, because I'm crazy. Where the Summoner sings, "The fire has been stoked, the flames are getting larger as we speak," and then that builds up to the chorus where it goes into, "You can't stop our cry, the flames are burning ever higher." So yeah, it's basically lyrics from a cut song from my musical.
Very nice. I like that.
Everything I write has
I
that
really
in it.
I appreciate the quality of the writing, because I don't really engage a lot with Hive Swap content. So the fact that it's able to like draw me in, I think is a testament to it being a genuinely good story.
You should engage with Hive Swap
I
content.
absolutely should.
You should, at the very least, play Tizius's route. You should play Daria's route. I'd say you should play Nike's route, because that's a mindfuck.
Nice. I will do that.
There's
I have
a
Hive
very
Swap
good
Friend
practice
Sim,
with
yeah. The thing you don't want to say to me is you should write Hive Swap fanfic.
I mean, I'm not gonna expect you
to write another novel.
Well, actually, like, I mean, hey, if you, I'm
I
running out of high stop content to do on my channel. If you want to
ooh.
write something for me to read.
Give me some time to get a feel for the characters and finish the many, many projects I have on the burners.
A not so wink wink nudge nudge, but one of the many projects you have on the burner is writing for one of the
Uh-huh.
specific formats that Anna does dub. So
That's true.
What are you
Wonk.
it's a secret, you'll find out.